Hi, I'm Dennis Barlotta. My stage name is D'Angelo Ferry. You can find me in my teacher's final book on magic. My teacher was Slydini. I was a featured student in this book. I studied with him for 8.5 years. Proud to say that Richard Kaufman selected me to write the chapter on my teacher's magic and greater magic that's coming out in I think the end of 2025. The purpose of this video is to tell you a little bit about my online live lectures that are available to your group, if you like. Now, back in the 70s, there was like this East Coast, West Coast kind of an argument, the Dave Vernon camp and the Slydini camp. And a lot of people thought to do Slydini's magic, you have to become him. And that's not true. And I'm going to give you a few examples why and how his thinking, his methods are available to all magicians regardless of style. For example, let's pretend that I have a purse frame here, a little purse frame. And I show, do you see this? Do you see anything inside? There's nothing inside. You sure? Listen. A ball and another ball. Now that's an example of one of my teacher's principles, the body takes the hand. And those movements are available to everyone. And there's other things too. I'll give you another example. Okay, so this is his knotted silk routine, the opening. Now he would start by saying, I'm going to tie a knot, a good one. And I already know you won't believe me. Why? Because you know I'm a magician, and magicians, they pull a lot of dirty, sneaky tricks, but not me much. But if you tied a knot, would you believe it? Why? Because you tied it. So first I'll tie a knot, then you'll tie a knot. We'll see who ties a better knot. So what is the purpose of that? It's the management of expectation. If there's no surprise, there's no magic. So he would tie his first knot, and there's a lot of theater in this knot. This knot is not tied tightly, but sound, facial expression, the illusion of effort. Then he would ask a question. My teacher is very big on questions. How long do you think it would take me to untie this knot? About a week, a minute, a day, what do you think? Whatever the person said, he would, don't say anything. I know what you think, I know what you think. So we're gonna let you tie one on the bottom, and now we're gonna see who ties a better knot, you or me. Go ahead. The moment the person reached for it, I promise to let you tie a knot for me. So he didn't say, I'm gonna tie a knot, it's gonna disappear. He said, I'm going to tie a knot, you're going to tie a knot, we'll see who ties a better knot. So, management of expectation, facial expressions, illusions of effort. If I want to say there's something in this hand, if I want you to believe there's something in this hand, well then I have to posture my hand in such a way that it appears that there's something in here. In his paper balls in the box, right? So this is an example of the body takes the hand and belief. He told me in every lesson, without exception, that we had, he would say, you have to believe it. If you believe it, they'll believe it. Now, This is from his cigarette fantasy, okay? Now, I know this is 2025, and maybe cigarettes are not as welcome as they once were, but this could be a piece of chalk, it could be a candy cane, it could be a crayon. So these movements are transferable. The cigarette is like a cylinder, right? This this could bring you to his color changing silk, the way he handled the dye tube. Paper balls in the box and the cigarettes and the one coin routine, what they have in common is his method of movement. So it could be a lecture on the silks, it could be a lecture on the cigarettes, it could be whatever you wanted. Now let me give you a little example of the coins. And the, the, the slides here are almost primitive compared to what some magicians do. But it's much more about the presentation and the psychology and the way you interact with the audience during the performance. And this actually helps the magician relax because you're not concerned with the audience in that you're not trying to misdirect them. You're performing to your impromptu assistant. When you address the audience, it's with little asides like, you see the way he looks at me, he thinks I did something. I didn't do anything. Why is that important? The way I can explain it is when I was a little kid, I didn't do my homework. And when I went to school, and the next day when the teacher was calling on us, I was trying to hide under the desk. I didn't want to be called upon because I didn't know. You don't want your audience to feel that way. You want them to enjoy themselves, relax, and have fun. So that's why whenever my teacher spoke to the audience, it was involving them in a non-threatening way. It's very important to the success of the routine, the entertainment aspect of it. So I'm going to just go through this a little bit because I want you to get the ideas. First, I take 3 coins, I put them inside my right hand, okay? Now, questions. My teacher was all about questions because if somebody agrees, if the spectator says there's 3 coins in your right hand, the audience hears that, and it's more powerful than if you're saying it, right? So if I take the penny, this penny's full of a lot of people, I put it here. The penny is inside my right hand, my left hand, which one? It's an obvious question. So the person says the right. Now he would look at the audience and say, he's clever. It's a little joke, it's not mean-spirited, and it's involving the audience in a non-threatening way. Next, I take 3 inside my right, and here they are, okay? Now I'm going to tell you what I do, so you know. Later there'll be no excuse. Now watch. I'll take the 3 coins from my right hand, okay? I'm going to pass them through the table. Right through, and you're going to see, you're going to find all 7 come inside the right. Do you think it's possible, yes or no? Now what's this all about? You've already showed the coins clearly, so why do you have to show them again a second time? There has to be a reason. The reason is the suspicion in the mind of the spectator that you've planted in his mind intentionally with this false movement, but you've created a justification for showing the coins a second time, and you can involve the audience. You see the way he looks at me, I didn't do anything. Look, 3, only 3. So if I have 3 in the left, what do I have in the right? I was going to say 4. It's only 7 coins in play, but my teacher would say, 4? Now, and look to the side. So now the person's thinking, yeah, there's 7 coins. I just saw 3. It has to be 4. He would look back. Eyes are very important. Oh, you're right. I have 3 silver dollars and the English penny. Satisfied? So I'll talk more about the timing if you want the coin lecture, but the person goes from looking at the magician to looking at the coins and the movement's been done. So you're ahead of him. These coins are picked up in a very particular way. So here I have, it's a question. So let's say 4 in here, 3. And now, have you ever seen a miracle before? Now, as I said before, in every lesson he always told me, you have to believe it. If you believe it, they'll believe it. So when you go to wrap the table, you have to really listen. Here? Yeah? No? No, impossible. Maybe the center. And that's palm. And it would look. Oh, yeah. And here they are. So I'm going to have a link to my page on library.com so that you can see the different books and video lessons that are available there and give you an idea of a live lecture that I could do for you. We could also change it up into an online workshop if you wanted to have your guys come, with coins, for example, or sponge balls or whatever. The terms are pretty simple. It's $200, payable in advance via PayPal. The lecture is about an hour and a half. If it runs a little over, it's fine with me. I don't care. I love my teacher very much. I spent almost 9 years with him. It's like a magical grandfather to me. And I really want to see his magic continue. And that's it. I hope to hear from you. Thanks for your time.